Will we finally grow tired of denying our spiritual heritage in 2021?
Hello and welcome back to the Sanctuary of Healing. I'm Tony Clarkson and I have here again my good friend and colleague Michael G. Reccia. And today, Michael, we agreed we were going to talk about how everything seems to be in denial.
Yes, humanity seems to be in denial at the moment.
And I got to confess to you, Michael, that I used to be in denial. In the first half of my life, I was a businessman and an accountant, a textile engineer, believe it or not. And there was a process went on in my life. I wasn't getting that satisfaction out of life. I was succeeding in business, but it wasn't giving me that I thought it would give me, that drives somebody on.
Yes.
And I wasn't getting it. And so I looked at it as like a search, changing route. If you're not getting what you want in this direction, let's have a look in another direction. And I as you know, I started with NLP and self-development, and that just changed me completely. I started realizing there's an inner world. Not only that, later on, I didn't realize there was a bigger world as well as my inner world that probably was connected to my inner world.
Yes.
All I realized was that it was making my heart sing to find out about who I am and what I can do about who I am. I can change it. And I did change it. And eventually that led to me moving from self-development to spirituality. It cannot do otherwise. You start realizing of this super connection that you've got. And so denial is, for me, a really good subject that we're talking about today.
Yes, and we're talking about humanity being in denial and having been in denial for centuries, but increasingly so, in that humanity, society, has shut down actively all connection to that greater world, that inner world, and that world beyond that you're talking about, Tony. And currently we seem to make all decisions based on our head mind only. They are decisions that are made materially, physically, and there is no spirituality in the mix at all. During our daily lives, many of us never pause to examine what we are, to consider what we are, why we're here, and that there just might, as you've said, be a different direction. And behold the world we've created. It's a mess.
It is a mess.
That different direction, if that different direction could take us out of that mess, then we need to embrace and examine it. And I think we begin by beginning to accept that there is a greater purpose to us being here, and doing the research, examining what people say about spirituality, not religion, but spirituality, about us being greater beings than we appear to be, about us being on a journey through this reality, in inverted commas, and about us having the power of light within us to change things. I think it's important that we examine those things and begin to build them into our consciousness as an acceptance. To wake up in the morning and say, well, I'm a human being, but I'm also a spirit, and I accept and affirm that.
The thing that I noticed at first on playing with it, I didn't go into total acceptance. I went into partial.
Yeah.
It's the accountant in me, you know.
It's investigation, isn't it?
Investigation.
Yeah.
And the thing that I noticed was that when I was planning my life, and that planning was in alignment with everything, you flowed through life. But when you went against that inner wisdom, it's like walking through treacle.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I think that's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah, the door shuts for you, doesn't it? If it's not right. And no matter how much you hammer on that door, if it's not right for you as a spirit and right for everybody else, that door will not open. But as you say, it's investigation, and then you build up a picture. You build up proof for yourself.
Yes.
And then you can affirm that I know this to be true. I know this much to be true, and I'm still researching, I'm still investigating, but there's a ways to go, but I'm looking at things.
And I think what we're doing on this video and with the viewers is saying, start that investigation.
Yeah.
And you don't have to jump wholeheartedly into it. You will get the proof just by starting the investigation.
And you won't get the proof from us, and you won't get the proof from anyone else. You'll get the proof from yourself.
Yeah.
You'll begin to take that inner journey, and things will happen. You will be exercising spiritual muscles, and your spiritual intuition will come into sharp focus.
Yeah, yeah.
The guidance that you, as a spirit, are capable of giving you, the human being, will heighten. Your perception of things beyond this particular vibration will sharpen.
Yeah.
So you do it for yourself, and because you've done it for yourself, you've proven it for yourself, you accept it.
And it is like a muscle, isn't it? Like you said, it's exercising that muscle, and the connection gets stronger and stronger for you to listen and to observe the perfect advice that's coming through.
Yes. Yes, yes. You stop being in denial. You stop buying into society's approach to life that is materially and physically based only. And you say, no, there's something more. And I know there's something more. And I accept and affirm that there is something more. And as you do that, more of that something more comes to you and completely changes, as you say, your direction in life.
I was working with a client, a one-to-one client who was very poorly, and I knew he had an infection that needed dealing with, and I knew we could deal with it, but I couldn't remember the name of the infection. And I went out of the building, and I put the radio on as I was travelling to a meeting, and on the radio was the Pseudomonas virus is associated, the Pseudomonas infection is associated with the first words on the radio.
The universe.
And that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
That I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
And it came. And it's that sort of link where the spiritual world will make it obvious to you that you need to know at that particular time.
And you'll be in conversation with the universe, with divinity, with spirituality, with your guiding forces, with your greater self. It becomes a two-way conversation that you haven't had before and haven't considered before.
It's just incredible. It's beautiful when it's happening, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, and that's what we'd like to encourage viewers to do in 2021. 2021 it will be a deciding year. Yeah. What are you going to decide? Are you going to continue to be in denial and rob yourself of the bliss that can come to you as a spiritually informed and active being? Or are you going to open up to those possibilities and investigate those possibilities? What have you got to lose? What have you got to lose, indeed? And I think that's where we call it a day for today. Okay, thank you so much, Michael. Thank you, Tony. And viewers, if you are enjoying our videos, we invite you to keep watching. There's going to be lots more. We would ask you to subscribe. It helps us. Press the subscribe button. And thank you for watching. God bless. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.